Hi folks, my name is Yossi Chai. I'm Senior Solution Architect at AWS.
I'm Srinivasan Velayudam. I'm a Senior Specialist Architect from AWS.
And today we will go over modernizing telco virtualized environment with generative AI. So the challenge we are facing, which our customers are facing actually, is the changes in VMware landscape. According to Gartner, we know that 73% of our customers are looking for a solution to exit VMware and move it to a native cloud. The main issue is that today it takes between 18 months to 4 years to do this transition. And we want to introduce to you today our tools together with Amdocs as a partner that will be able to move it to the cloud more swiftly and more securely. So we are talking about actually 4 stages in this transition. We're starting from inventory discovery, helping you to understand what actually you have in your own premise, taking this information, gather it, split it to the relative workloads that are needed to be transformed. In addition, going through the network configuration that you have and building the relative configuration in the cloud. Following by that is the wave planning, what will be moved first to the cloud. Okay, because we know that there are dependencies between clusters and not all the VMs resides in one big cluster. And finally, the server migration itself, either if it's a SAN storage migration, if it's the database migration, or the VMs.
Let's take a short demo how this tool looks like and how customers can really accelerate the journey using Amazon Q Developer Transform. The Q Developer Transform is an AI assistant backed by agentic workflow. When you start your job, you set up a workspace and talk to Q through a chat interface and ask Q to create a job for you, a VMware migration job. Q will converse with you, get your inputs, and will spin up a job that will guide you with end-to-end migration from start to end. What you're seeing now is a job plan that Q has created. After kicking off the migration, you will go into discovering on-premises data. You'll use agentless collectors or agent-based collectors to discover the data that is on your VMware environment and bring the data over to Migration Hub. Q will talk to the Migration Hub, look at the data, will bring the data back to you, and will present you with the plan. Now, after the data is retrieved from the Migration Hub, Q will give you the migration plan based on the best grouping and dependency mapping. Q is very intelligent. It does heavy lifting for you in planning these groups. You have a chance to download the plan and approve the plan. Then you go into the next step where Q can really power your acceleration journey, the network migration. Q understands your existing network configuration from VMware, from NSX. It translates the data from VMware network constructs into AWS network constructs. It provides you with a migration plan, and then it helps you to migrate the network configuration. Then Q will help you to create network migration. So what you're seeing now is a screen where the network migration portion of Q helps you determine how to deploy it, how to target your network accounts, and how to get the network configuration on AWS. Once you deploy your network configuration, then you have the configuration needed to deploy your workloads. Then Q will accelerate this network migration by building a very smart migration plan. It right sizes the VMs, it chooses the right options for you, and presents a migration plan for you. This plan can be used to deploy a large number of workloads, and Q takes care of deploying the replication agents to those workloads and bring all the workloads onto AWS. All in all, Q does a wonderful job of doing heavy lifting. It presents you the dashboard of how the Q is driving the work.
So as you can see, migration process is a very heavy and time-consuming process with a lot of stages in between, which more than one time requires not only a very sophisticated tools, but also man-in-the-loop intervention. This is why we also presented and we're joint venture Amdocs as a partner to be able to mitigate the gaps between the on-premise and the telco and unique knowledge into Amazon cloud and cloud in general. So what are the outcomes that we can see from this joint venture? So we can do reduction in overall migration time, We can see decrease in migration planning efforts. Just to give you some numbers, we did some internal testing. We have migrated 500 VMs and we created a wave plan for that. And we have reduced the total time from 2 weeks to 15 minutes. Okay, and the same we did with network configuration, and we reduced the time from 2 weeks of planning to 1 hour of planning and deployment of the new network architecture. So reduction in migration-related downtime as well with wave planning, and cost saving from optimized cloud resource usage by understanding the utilization, the real utilization of what you're running on your on-prem, and being able to adjust the right compute power that you really need to run it on your day-to-day operation. So to summarize, Q can do the heavy lifting for you. It can shorten the overtime from 18 months or 4 years to weeks and even days. Thank you for joining.